Spiritual Captivity, How to Tell Your Family by Lou White. Introduction. Reading this book is like that scene in The Wizard of Oz when Toto, the dog, pulls the cord and opens the curtain. This revealed the deception. Culture shock happens to all who look behind the curtain and see the wizard for the first time. If a person studies the origins of such things as Christmas, Easter, or Halloween, the superficial delusion of what we think they represent is exposed. Once you've seen the other side of the cultural celebrations, the truth of how they became acceptable makes them impossible for a rational person to continue in. The first response is to avoid talking about how and why we inherited the traditions. Two cannot walk together unless they agree. Amos 3 verse 3. Our society, parents, pastors, and educators pass on traditions camouflaged long ago to hide their pagan origins, mostly without knowing it. When we learn the truth, we become responsible to share it, not cover with a basket. When we share these things with loved ones, a defense mechanism immediately flares up and they want to defend them. At that point, the hope of having a rational discussion on the subject seems impossible. This book is a bridge to help build a road of communication without friction. The issues can be easily verified here in the information age or continued to be blissfully ignored. Receiving a love of the truth is a precious gift. Failing to share truth with those who are perishing in their spiritual captivity carries heavy consequences. Ezekiel/Yechezkel 3, verse 3 says, "Blowing the shofar to warn them awakens them, and they can escape from their stronghold," meaning prison. Teaching authorities don't teach. They control teachings and those who think they're teachers. 2 Timothy 4, verses 3 to 4, reads, "For there shall be a time when they shall not bear sound teaching, but according to their own desires, they shall heap up for themselves teachers tickling the ear, and they shall indeed turn their ears away from the truth and be turned aside to myths." Adopted pagan symbols and behavior include Asherah trees, sacraments, holy water, transubstantiation, Sunday, trinities, celibacy, image worship, popes, nuns, monks, monstrances, chants, special days adopted from heathens, Lent, prayers to the dead, indulgences, purgatory, pilgrimage, stigmatas, steeples/pillars, Easter eggs, December 25th solstice birth, the Greek Olympic Games dedicated to Zeus, their sun deity, and uninspired words, traditions, and teachings. Everything people enthusiastically celebrate comes to us from a tainted background. From infancy, we absorb information from family and teachers that amounts to fallacy and worthless traditions. This is verified by Yirmiyahu/Jeremiah 16, verse 19. It's not just entertainment. There's a diabolical plan behind it all, and children are the primary target. The word diabolical literally means of diablos, the Spanish word for devil. A philosopher said, "Give me the child for the first 7 years, and I'll give you the man," originally spoken by Aristotle. This became a Jesuit maxim by Inigo Loyola S.J., the founder of the Order Societas ISV. In 1534, Loyola and 6 others met outside Paris, France, in a crypt beneath a church to pronounce specific vows and absolute obedience to the Pope. The Jesuit order was officially recognized as a new order by Pope Paul III by a papal bull titled Regimini Militatis Ecclesiae on September 27, 1540. It is a counter-Reformation military organization and considers its field of operation to be worldwide in scope. The linkage between the nobility and the clergy is clear. JFK opposed secret societies openly in his speeches. A few weeks after this photo was taken, he was assassinated. This secret society has influenced governments and teaching institutions around the world. It was founded as a military organization to restore power to the papacy and the members of the order refer to themselves as soldiers of the Roman Catholic Church. It is a counter-Reformation organization and has enormous influence in many other organizations, especially through the United Nations initiatives. All forms of media and education have long been infiltrated by its operatives. This author was educated by these highly skilled educators, yet escaped being overcome by the spiritual exercises they exerted. The fictions people are taught and grow up to believe from their youth are passed into their offspring, and it continues until someone comes along to show them reality, and it is accepted. This book is one vehicle that will expose you to the truth. If you accept it, the spell can be broken and the truth will set you free. Yahusha is the truth. Why people find truth to be disturbing at first. Consider the fact that the world economy is driven by a pattern of celebrations that cycle around every year. The merchants put up displays around these celebrations, and you see them everywhere you go, and one changes into another until they start again from the top. These celebrations are all based on camouflage pagan rituals that deal with esoteric, meaning hidden, knowledge concerning fertility. It runs the gamut of all human history, yet unseen. Think. The symbols people see have a message not perceived by the casual observer. Eggs and rabbits are right in your face, yet not perceived at first as being about fecundity. The trees, ornaments, tinsel, and wreaths are actual sexually explicit components, but may not be detected by an outside observer over their lifetime until someone is sent to explain what they really represent. Every nuance of society is permeated with practicing shameful idolatry, and those who can overcome the pressures of family and friends and escape are regarded as betrayers, heretics, or under the influence of a cult. The whole world is in the power of the evil one, and through a network of spiritual principalities, has trained all of civilization to be rebellious against the Creator. Rebelliousness is as witchcraft. There is a day appointed when all the world will be judged by one man for their behavior, whether good or bad. That man was raised from the dead as evidence of this fact. Acts 17. This may be the only warning you will ever hear, so please consider what you are about to read with thoughtfulness before you reject it. He who answers a matter before listening, it is folly and shameful to him. Proverbs 18, verse 13. How can so many be ignorant? They are taught to dwell on folly, and they fall prey to men's philosophies and traditions. Of all books printed in the world, the categories reveal a disinterest in the pursuit of truth and a love for futility. Children's books make up 46%. Fictional books make up 39%. Religious books make up 8%. And nonfiction books make up 7%. Nonsense is perpetuated with the approval of all those immersed in it, including parents, teachers, pastors, and rulers at all levels. What you have not yet recognized as nonsense will amaze you because there is so much of it.